of a sudden, you awaken in the dead of night with no recollection of anything, not even your own name. The room is so unnaturally quiet that the sound of your own ragged breath echoes in the air. The room feels still, and it is cloaked in darkness, save for a faint glimmer of moonlight, seeping in through the gaps in the tightly drawn curtains. A chill runs down your spine as an unnatural silence blankets the world outside. You try to look outside, but unfortunately, the windows are just too dirty and blurry for you to make any sense of your current surroundings. This room seems odd, and you try to reassure yourself and try to shake off the unease that grips your heart, dismissing it as a mere product of your overactive imagination. But deep down, you know something just isn't right. The atmosphere hangs heavy on your chest, almost weighing you down. Your chest tightens as you suddenly hear a low growl coming from somewhere deep within the shadows, causing you to freeze in fear temporarily. You feel an icy grip reaching around your heart, squeezing it. Then panic sets in, and you desperately scramble for your mobile phone, seeking a glimmer of comfort in the pale glow of the screen. You for a moment feel safe, basking in its glow, when suddenly your hand slips and you accidentally drop your mobile phone. And then the room plunges into darkness, leaving you engulfed in a void of blackness. As if in slow motion, you can see the phone and its feeble light being swallowed by the abyss, and everything becomes darkness incarnate once again. Your heartbeat thunders in your ears, almost like a drum, its beat drowning out all rational thought. Without warning, from within the depths of the darkness, a voice seeps into your consciousness. This venomous whisper has caused your neck and head to rock violently like a scared child. It speaks in a language you can't comprehend. It repeats the same words over and over like a mantra. The volume of its voice starts to hurt your ears, but you try to keep moving forward. Eventually, its voice starts to become unbearable, and you find yourself paralyzed with pain, unable to move or scream as a grotesque figure materializes before you. Its form defies everything we know. It looks human-like, yet not human at the same time. A monstrous amalgamation of twisted flesh and outstretched limbs. A wicked needle-like grin stretches across its face, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth. It faced you as if it was gleeful to see you again. Upon the monster slowly arching towards you, the stench of death and decay filled the air, suffocating you with its nauseating presence. This assault on your senses almost caused you to be sick. The smell of death and decay coming from this thing became almost impossible to resist. As it slowly advanced forward, you stumbled backwards, but with every step, this creature drawed closer and closer. At this point, its movements are slow and deliberate, as if it was savoring this moment, reveling in your terror. Its voice echoes inside your head, but this time you could make sense of its words. This thing was promising you eternal torment and suffering, that all paths for you lead to all-consuming damnation. You fight to resist its influence, but your will weakens with every passing moment. Slowly, your willpower starts to ebb and fade away. As the demon reaches out with its long, grotesque appendage, you summon the last shreds of courage within you. With a surge of defiance, you scream, and a huge surge of adrenaline rushes through you. The sound of your primal scream reverberates through the room, piercing through the clot of darkness engulfing you. In that fleeting moment, a burst of blinding light erupts, banishing the demon back, just enough for you to dart past it. Maybe it was the adrenaline boost, but you managed to cover quite the distance away from the creature before you reach the exit. As your hand approaches the door handle, images of freedom flood your mind. Seeing the warm embrace of sunlight once again, the thoughts of getting far away from this nightmare urge you on to open the door. You close your eyes and you slowly turn the door handle. As the door opens, relief washes over you like a wave. However, something doesn't feel quite right. The soft, warm glow of dawn isn't warm or soft at all. In fact, it is excruciatingly hot. You open your eyes, your pupils dilate, as the information you are witnessing is being processed by your brain. You instantly fall to your knees as your eyes start to bleed at the visceral display in front of you. Torment, perversion, despair, and torture, all on full display before your very eyes. The burning of flesh, the screams of agony, and the sick groans of pleasure made by the perpetrators of this forsaken reality. You hear a familiar voice behind you, it giggling like a small child, seeming to revel in your despair as if it were watching its favorite scene in a movie. It calls out your name like a friend you had not seen in a long time. However, you were just too scared to turn around, broken by what you had just witnessed and the overwhelming feeling that nothing you do will save you from this fate. So you just sit there, facing forward. You inhale and exhale slowly. You do feel some clarity in giving up, and then for a second you feel a sharp pain. Your chest feels cold and wet. Then all of a sudden you awaken in the dead of night with no recollection of anything, not even your own name.